Hey, thanks for coming to check out part two of my super crazy long Christmas Comes Early for the Marvel fans. Yeah, I'll get on with part two, and Little says hi, fans. Past Secret Wars was Civil War 2, which was a resounding thud. You can't take something really great. Civil War, the original Civil War, was amazing. And to do a sequel that quickly just shows that you are creatively bankrupt at the time, because it's too easy, it's cheap, and it's dumb. And quite frankly, the idea of calling it Civil War was uninspired and completely non-creative. And the fact that they pretty much just ripped Minority Report from is also shows a complete lack of creativity. Past that, there was Death of X, which meh. Death of X in Humans versus X-Men was part of the movement, and I don't think this was actually Axel Alonso. I think this came from further up from him, basically telling people that the X-Men they're pushing the X-Men out of the Marvel universe because Disney does not control the movie rights to the X-Men. Which to that I kind of say, if you were so worried about the movies being connected to the comics, why is Hulk not Bruce Banner? Why is Captain America a Nazi? Why is Thor Jane Foster? Why have you done this if you were so worried about bridging the gap and bridging movie fans to the comics? Why would you even do that? And Riri Williams, who could be a great character, could be a really interesting character, but not as Tony Stark in a coma, filling in as Iron Man, but trying to, she's trying to be her own character, but she's wearing somebody else's suit, and it's just like Jane Foster as Thor. She's trying to be Thor, but she's holding somebody else's hammer, and she's trying to be her own character. I kind of like the idea of Jane Foster as one of the Asgardian gods, as one of the pantheon of their gods. But you know what? Give her own thing. Send her on a quest to create her own weapon and to attain that power herself. Don't just here hold Thor's hammer. But I digress. Getting back to it. In Humans vs. X-Men, it really was kind of boring, and it wasn't the X-Men's fault. It was the Inhumans' fault, because the Inhumans are like Captain America. Well, like people say about Captain America, he's a man out of time. The Inhumans are just like old Silver Age Marvel that don't really work nowadays. They're not interesting. Fans don't really connect with them. They love the X-Men. And we'll see more of that. I think in this change that we've seen, I think we're going to see more X-Men coming. But getting back to the list, Monsters Unleashed is one that he's overseen. This is an event going on that people don't even realize is going on. You see a banner on a comic book in the comic store, and you're like, oh yeah, they're still doing that? Interesting. I'm not going to buy it, but interesting. Secret Empire. The last two things that he oversaw that have been released, this is really the death knell. This is probably what did him in as editor-in-chief. Secret Empire and Generations. Both of them, well, Generations was a lie. They kind of said we were going back to the old Marvel, the old numbering. They did with 700 and 701, but that's a very temporary thing, and history will probably show that this numbering like this is going to be very confusing to collectors down the road. Not that people are really gonna collect this stuff for its value, but Secret Empire, I think it's gone over enough. I don't think I need to, because I could fill a whole video. It sucked. Axel Alonso needed to be removed because of that, because it was so bad. And Nick Spencer, Thick Nick, needs to needs to drive him to wherever he's going and just stay there with him. Yeah, and Generations, total bait and switch and boring. I'm basically laying out, this is why Axel Alonso is gone. And it's a really, really good